Morning, everybody. It's me, Maria, and my friend Tasha. I said I was going to introduce Tasha, and today's the day where I can introduce her. So, Tasha, why don't you let everybody know a little bit about yourself?
I am.
It's okay. It's okay. Well, I'll say a little bit, and you can say she's about the same age as me.
Yeah,
32.
Yeah.
She's also a Special Olympics athlete, and she also does mini sports just like I do.
Yeah.
She likes to craft and sew. What else do you like to do in your spare time?
Play with my cat. Watch TV.
She watches TV. She has a cat. And,
Yeah.
Where do you currently live? You live with your parents right now?
Yes, I'm living with my parents.
She's looking for a job, and she's also living with her parents, which is not bad. So yeah. Anyways, so a little introduction of my best friend. We've been best friends for life since 13.
Camp.
Yeah. Since camp, we were like what, 13 or 12?
I think 13.
I think we were 13 at the time. So, so, anyways, we're about to go into McDonald's and get some breakfast, and go over and we're trying to show my mom a sewing book and like get her to look at her machines today. But we were going to go to the polar bear plunge. It's just too darn cold out right now. And then we're about to head to Carlisle later, a little road trip. So
We'll show you more.
Yeah. So, hey guys, it's me again. I just wanted to let you guys know that we are not very far from Carlisle, and we're taking the back way. This is where we usually head up on the way when we go to the PTW shows, like Tasha said over here. See, Tasha. Okay, let's try this again before my phone acts up. So what I was trying to say about some of our adventures on the road, I was going to say we've had some adventures on the roads. Like when I've talked about us going to the cemeteries before, we've gone to cemeteries in the past, and the biggest cemetery we've been in Kentucky would be no, it wasn't the Lexington Cemetery. I believe it was like the Louisville Cemetery.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah,
kind of confusing.
The Louisville Cemetery. The Louisville Cemetery was the biggest cemetery, and there was like a ton of old artifacts.
Kentucky Fried Chicken guy is buried there.
Yeah.
And Muhammad Ali. Yep, the Kentucky Fried Chicken guy and Muhammad Ali was buried there. Both were buried there.
Yeah. It took us a while when we were down there to find the Kentucky Fried Chicken guy, because honestly, we were like driving all over the place, and you know how they have those little arrows on the ground when you go through the cemetery, and there was like green and yellow. So we went through the whole cemetery that day, and keep in mind that it took us about an hour and a half or more. And, you know, the Louisville Cemetery, you know how cemetery rules are, is they close at a certain time, right? I was basically trying to find it, and then I kept saying, Tasha, we're gonna get locked in with the dead people today, and she just
laughed my butt off.
We drove all the way up on Louisville one day, and I was I was pretty tired by the end of that day, trying to figure out what we were going to do. And then, it was a nice day, but it was still chilly out. And, so then our next destination, we went to the Lexington Cemetery. Now, that wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't that bad.
And, we didn't get lost in that. There's two different sides of the Lexington Cemetery, and this day was really hot out. Really, really hot out, is like I said. So, yeah. basically what we do is we go to cemeteries. We like to find historical things, and then we go to craft stores because we like to sew on the side. So anything like that. And then Tasha, you share some of the stories. Like
What, a trip to go down to Florida?
Yeah. If we ever go on a road trip, guys, we will share our road stories with you. I know when we went down to Florida, our road story was pretty fun. We stopped in every destination. Like, we had hotels on the way down there, but one hotel we stayed at was like a Days Inn or something.
Yeah.
And there was a Waffle House.
Right next to it, the Denny's or
and should I? You're probably gonna kill me for this. Should I mention that Tasha had lost her charger, and so we made it.
All right, you need to delete this one.
We made it our thing to find Tasha a charger.
You're mean.
We went from a gas station charger to a Walmart charger to finally an AT&T charger. And we finally found it. By the end of the day, Tasha's like, I have no money left. So, and I know she's going to kill me for this. I know she's going to kill me for this.
I am.
But I'm just saying, that's basically what happened when we drove down to St. Augustine together one year. This was like when we did state games together, guys. My God, it was so funny because we went straight after state games. We got done with state games that one year, and after that, we just packed all our stuff. We had our stuff in the car that day. We packed all our stuff, and we drove straight through. So,
did we have Scott that day, or
no? Scott didn't go with us. Scott didn't go with us that year. It was just you and me.
Oh.
Yeah. So, we're about to pass the PTW place that we're normally on our way to.
I'll show you. That's PTW.
Anyways, so yeah, we just passed the Primetime Wrestling Show Arena Sportatorium place that we normally go to wrestling shows to on Sundays.
Yeah.
And, anyways, so yeah, that's what happened that one year. On the way back, we were going through different, through Orlando and stuff. Was it Atlanta? No, it wasn't Atlanta. It was at Orlando.
No, it was
Atlanta.
It was Miami, or whatever it's called.
Well, anyways, Atlanta. Okay, I'm gonna just say Atlanta. That's like probably the worst experience I've ever been through, driving through Atlanta. So yeah, that was pretty fun. And we are we're trying to save up money to take another trip through.
I think it was St. Augustine.
Yeah, I think we're gonna try to go stay, in St. Augustine again, like Volano, and then go stay down in Volano Beach, Florida, and
Stay down
go
there for a little while.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while because I'm telling you, it is expensive. It is expensive.
Going down there, riding down there with gas and stuff.
Yeah, it is. So.
There we go.
So yeah, if we're filming,
Yes,
right?
we are.
Anyways, yeah, that was basically our Florida trip. Yeah, and on the way back, we stopped at a different, how do you say it? Different places, like
Asheville?
Hotels.
I think it was Asheville.
Yeah, we did go through Asheville.
Yeah.
Asheville, like what, North Carolina?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was from Florida. We went from St. Augustine, Florida, and we drove straight back to North Carolina, and we went through North Carolina and stayed at a house that my sister's friend, was like renting out, or like a bed and breakfast kind of thing, but it wasn't like a house like that. So we stayed at a house down there, and I'm gonna tell you all something. I don't know if I should tell them this about what
Oh my God,
we
go
went
ahead.
through. I don't know. I don't know if we should say that or not.
Let's keep that between me and
Yeah.
you.
What stays in North Carolina, y'all, stays in North Carolina. So, we. The long story is like when you are going down those mountain passes in the middle of the night, and it's like a one-way road, kind of seemed like a one-way road. We got down to the bottom of one of the roads, like leading back from the house that we were staying at. And this is like when we were trying to find the movie theater down there. And there was a police car blocking off the bottom of the road.
Oh my gosh.
So we made
We went the wrong way.
we went I didn't even know it was blocked off though. We went the wrong way, and
We almost got arrested.
the cops, like, sirens went on, and I was like, oh shit, Thelma and Louise.
We almost got arrested.
Yeah. So that's that story that we did. And then we were gonna go see a movie that day. Was it Pirates of the Caribbean? That one movie? Yeah, that new Pirates of the Caribbean movie that came out that day.
We went to go see the other movie.
But instead, we went to go see a different movie, and I couldn't remember what movie that was.
Forget.
But
Oh, it was a Mummy.
oh yeah, the Mummy movie with Tom Cruise in it, which was terrible. Terrible.
The one with Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Oh yeah, I still say that movie was terrible.
Yeah.
But anyways, when we were there was tons of people, and the movie was sold out, and it was on a weekend, or it was just, we were trying to find things to do, and we couldn't think of anything to do.
Yeah.
Then it was like our last day there, and so yeah, that happened, and then we finally left sometime in the afternoon, and ended up driving home and stayed at another hotel that night. And I woke up the next day with a big bump on my leg.
Is that when we got the movie Get Out?
Yeah, Tasha ended up getting this movie, Get Out movie that
It was dumb.
It was dumb. And keep in mind, I brought my Xbox with me, so we were trying to watch Family Guy and stuff like that.
I thought it was mine.
Or was it yours?
I thought
don't
it was
know.
mine.
I thought it was. I guess
mine.
I don't know. I can't remember.
It was mine.
This was a couple years ago.
It was mine.
So it was Tasha's Xbox, but we did that so we could watch TV, and yeah, it was pretty nice. Oh, should I tell them that we got rained out when we went?
Yeah, there you
We
go.
ended up parking when we were in St. Augustine, Florida. There's a place that it's like a cemetery where people go and look, and it's really nice. It's where the people first landed down there. It has a big cross, and so we parked there one day because we didn't know where else to park. But you're not really supposed to park there, but we parked anyways. And then we walked all the way downtown, and that day it was cloudy, but I didn't think it was going to rain on us.
Oh my gosh.
And it did.
We got soaked to
We got soaked to the bone. And we were going through shops trying to look for umbrellas, and we wasted our money on umbrellas that day. And I
We
was
should
like,
just walk back with soaking wet.
yeah, so we ended up walking back. Kind of ruined the rest of our day. And then we kind of got dry, and then
we almost catch the cold.
yeah, went back to the hotel, dried off, and went back out, and then went to my favorite place in St. Augustine, the fort. So,
We took a nap first.
well, yeah. Tasha can remember more things than I can. I remember most
We
things.
took a nap first, then
So,
did that. So,
Yeah, what she said. But anyways,
yeah.
I still think it's funny because that's, that we did a lot when we got down there. Tasha ended up losing her phone down there. But the funny thing is, it was in the car the whole
That was
time.
in Lexington.
No,
Yes,
you don't
that
remember.
was- yes,
You
yes.
don't remember it was in. It was in when we were trying to go through the shops. So you don't remember?
St. Augustine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were
Okay,
downtown
I'll
on
get you
it.
back for this.
So she's a bluesy, and the whole time it was in the car. We got back in the car, and I found it was underneath the seat.
You're mean.
Well, I'm just sharing funny stories. I know you would get me back for this later.
All
but
right.
still.
Yep, I am. Yep.
But so yeah, and that's what happened. We were trying to look for her phone, and
That took forever.
yeah, we spent about, was it 2 hours?
2 or 3 hours.
2 or 3
Yeah,
hours
something like that.
going around downtown. And keep in mind, it was really hot outside.
My feet were killing me too.
Well, so was mine, and you know, I was just like, okay. But yeah, that's one of the stories we did when we were in Florida. So I was kind of like,
Yeah, that's true.
anyways, so yeah, and then on our way back, on the road back, we God, I'm trying to think of it. We saw a truck. On the back of the truck had a license plate on it, and if you guys ever seen National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, the cousin Eddie on there has a remark that he says when he is like emptying the toxic waste from his.
Poop's full.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this is not kid friendly. Do not watch this if there's kids on this. Just to let you guys know, this is not kid friendly. Cousin Eddie's remark is the shitter's full. So I will try to go through my pictures and share with you guys that picture that I had Tasha take on that. It was the funniest thing ever.
I'll send it to you again.
So, so yeah, that's most of the stories that we have. I can't think of anything else. If we think of any other stories that we have, we'll share it with you guys.
Oh gosh.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is the way to Carlisle, and it's a long drive.
This is the drive to Carlisle. Yep.
Yeah. We'll get off here so I can pay attention to the GPS, make sure I'm not, losing my spot. So, and we'll get on later.
Okay. Bye.
Hey guys, it's me, Maria, and Tasha. We are at the Carlisle Cemetery. If I got that right, I'm sorry. Yeah, we will. But this is another thing that we like to do. We like to go to cemeteries and just look at, the dates of people and who's all buried here and the interesting gravestones. It's pretty cold out, so I don't know if we're going to stay very long. Yeah, what Tasha just said. Here's a pretty interesting gravestone right here, and I want a friend of ours to see it. Scott.
Oh, it has the date. and stuff.
Okay, let's see when he died. So yeah, I'm just gonna film some of the graves. I'm not gonna show people's family just for the sake of the privacy for that. What we like to try to tend to look for is anyone who's been buried, at a later time, like this. This dude's a not Civil War vet, Army.
Army vet.
Yeah. Like September 15th, 1892, 1987. My hand, you guys, is freezing. Well, this is pretty interesting over here. Looks like somebody recently was, I guess, moved or something from here. Oof. Anyways, so yeah, we tend to look for interesting gravestones, especially the oldest gravestones. Look, guys, cows over there on the horizon. So We haven't been through. We drove through here once, but we haven't actually like walked through this graveyard yet. That's cute. I like how they have like the book named on the gravestones.
Oh, yeah.
Normally graveyards are like places for people to mourn, but for us graveyards are like places to learn. Not like woohoo like she said, but they're places for us to learn. Cause like if we ever take you guys to the Louisville Cemetery, that place is huge. Anyways,
Feedback.
what do you mean feedback? Oh, here, hold on. Feed. Yeah, give me some feedback on this video. I'm gonna take you all to this other gravestone over here that looks pretty interesting. It's got angels surrounding it. Oh, look, there's a little bench too by this tree. That's sweet.
Another war veteran?
Oh yeah, they really kind of outdid this. Look at the angels. That's really sweet. Anyways, so like I said, we don't film the person's last. We film the person's last name, but we don't film what their names are. Like I said, for the sake of the privacy of the family, I'm just being respectful. But we like to look at the decorations on the gravestones.
What's with the ring?
What ring?
It says ring right here.
I don't know. Look, this person has deers on theirs and a bald eagle. That's interesting. I hope when I die, I get something nice like this.
I want somebody to have the tacky stuff on there.
Tacky stuff?
Yeah. On my grave.
When I die, guys, basically, I just want to be cremated and have my ashes spread over the ocean. Nothing like high tech or, being buried in the ground. I don't want to be buried in the ground. I don't know who would want to share my ashes. So, okay, that's creepy. And then, more gravestones. I'm not sharing what the person's names are. They do have a lot of wind chimes. Wind chimes out here. More wind chimes. Lots of flowers. Tacky flowers.
Ham.
Why is somebody's last name Ham?
Ham.
But just imagine if Kevin Bacon's gravestone had like bacon on it. It's like bacon.
Oh gosh, yes.
I'm just saying. Oh, somebody tore off the flowers from somebody's. Poor person. Here's what that was. Well, whoever they are, we're just walking and looking. We have every right.
Yeah.
Guys, I just found something interesting in this tomb, this cemetery. These people look like they were buried back to back. Because they have gravestones back to back in here. They probably didn't have enough space to bury people.
This one doesn't have anything.
Yeah. Okay, so I found this really interesting one. I don't even know how to pronounce it, but it looks like they were born in 1878, which is pretty late. And there's like also the saying down here. The cemetery for a bit. We were just looking at some other interesting tombstones that we saw. Ones that are like really worn out, like this one down here right by my car over there. This one is pretty worn out. It's got like a book on it. Yeah,
I saw an interesting one that me and Tasha saw. This one that has an angel on it and the cross.
Names.
So it's pretty interesting, isn't it? Wow. Cemetery is nice. Cold. I wouldn't ever suggesting going to explore a cemetery when it's cold. Basically, if you have clothes, like pack or basically dress heavy, like you're wearing a sweater and a heavy jacket, unless you want to freeze your butt off. That's what I say. Unmarked gravestone. Somebody's buried here and it's not even marked. That's sad. Why would you bury somebody and they don't have even a name? Yeah. Well, they don't keep the upkeep of the graveyard. They should. I wouldn't touch it. You don't want to be cursed. Okay, so that's another thing about me and Tasha. The reason we also we like to explore graveyards is because I know a lot of people are critics, but we like paranormal stuff. We believe in that stuff. Look, guys. Interesting gravestone. Here's one right here. I can't even tell who's buried there because it's so worn out. It's a really interesting graveyard. Small, but interesting. Yeah, that one's interesting too. 1802? Gosh, this must be the oldest one. Because look, 1802 to 1875. These guys were 1819 to 1897. Jeez. Oh, yeah, check this one out too. Oh, that's interesting architecture. Yeah.
So, unfortunately, guys, we had to leave the cemetery just because there was a funeral coming, and we did not know that until the last minute. Yeah. And plus, I slipped and twisted my ankle when I was trying to walk right beside Tasha.
It's not my fault.
I wasn't saying it was your fault. I was just saying. So yeah, that's what happened. So my ankle gave out, and I slipped and twisted my ankle. And there was a funeral coming, so we didn't really get to stay that long. So yeah, I'm thinking next week when I'm free and I'm I'm not working on a day, we are probably going to go on a day where we can get the Lexington Cemetery, and then we'll share some of that stuff with you, because that place is pretty big. But we are done down here in Carlisle. I really wish I could have filmed inside the shop, but like I said, I really didn't know those two girls that were working today. Next time I will film when I get my brother's permission, and then you guys will get to see the Carlisle shop. So when I was saying that I was going to film interesting things here in Kentucky, this is one of the interesting things that I like to do. Take a little road trip down here, despite little mishaps happening here and there. Yeah. So one of the places I like to go is the Carlisle shop, and it's really interesting. They've got these. It's like a craft shop. People make things and they sell those things there. And another place that I also like to go to is Midway. Maker's Mark. Well, it's a shop that's run by my sister, Amy, and it's in Midway, so it's another place that's interesting. So, we'll take you guys down there another time. I don't know if we're going to go today. If we go today, then that would be pretty interesting. My leg is kind of hurting me right now. My foot. So,
We'll put ice on it.
yeah. Yeah.
Then if we go, then we'll film it.
If we go. I think I'm going to film that another day because, you know, we already drove all the way down here to Carlisle. Wasting gas. Carlisle. So, yeah, what Tasha said. Plus, I'm kind of hungry.
Same here.
We're going to probably stop somewhere and eat. Cheap somewhere and eat. So, yeah, what she said, and then go back to the apartment. So, yeah. But anyways, this has been great. I just wanted to share with you guys what it's been like, what we usually do on the weekends. We drive down and we go places. We just find things to do. Kentucky, there's really not much to do here, despite the horse park. Now there is an event going on. What was that your mom said that was going on at the horse? It's an art fair. I think she says an art fair.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, an art fair going on at the horse park. Is it next weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, next weekend. Yeah. So we might go to that, and we probably will film a little bit if we can. And the horse park is a pretty big place. Pretty interesting story I'm going to share with you guys on that. When we were younger, this is funny.
Oh my gosh.
When me and Tasha were younger, and this is when my nieces and my nephews were still around and still young, we used to go to the horse park all the time on the weekends. And this is right when I got my driver's license, when I got out of Carl Perkins. And my mom and all of us would go to the horse park, and we would rent a golf cart for a while and drive around the horse park. Me and Tasha loved to do that. It was like basically our thing back in the day, when we were young, and it was really warm out. But we can't anymore. We don't do that anymore, but that was like way before I got my driver's license and stuff. So yeah, but if that comes to town, we'll share that with you, and we'll go there and have fun. Yeah, maybe a little trip to Red Mile. You know, another. Okay, what she just said. I don't like gambling because it's a waste of your money and you're spending all your money.
Hey, you said it.
There's a racetrack out there. But they're basically Red Mile's like a slot machines and a racetrack. Yeah. If you want to gamble, then there you go.
You can go to Keeneland and gamble too.
And Keeneland, but I don't ever go to Keeneland. That's one of the things you can do in Kentucky here.
Yeah.
Or in Lexington, basically. So yeah, here in Carlisle, there's not much to do. There's the shop that we went to. You know, if you like shops, then there is. During the summertime, during the 4th of July is when it is really nice. We came out here when we went to go see fireworks. They do have a really great firework display, and they had a parade down here that we went to.
We stayed at a haunted house.
Oh yeah, but I couldn't remember the name. Forest Retreat. Oh God, that story. So, I will share with you guys that about the Forest Retreat. Oh gosh. So we stayed at the Forest Retreat one weekend, and keep in mind this was like the governor or something of Kentucky, or I forgot what
Governor of Kentucky.
a governor of Kentucky, like Henry Clay's friend, and he lived down at that his house was the forest retreat, him and his family. So my sister was telling me about this, that the old man, she said she had a picture of the old man at her work, and she said that there were a couple of occurrences. I will have to ask her. I'll have to ask her about some of that, because the thing is, me and Tasha, we do believe in a lot of the paranormal stuff, because that's it's interesting to us. So we like to go to haunted places. So we stayed the night, and we were trying to debunk a lot of the things that we thought, the place was haunted. Well, we did have an incident happen. So a few instances, well, happened. When we stayed one night, there's an alarm that's at the forest retreat. It went off in the middle of the night. Keep in mind, it was just me, my mom, and Tasha and another lady staying down there, but the lady was, not there, and it was just me, my mom, and Tasha. And in the middle of the night, the alarm went off, and my mom thought it was us who messed with the alarm.
How did we get up there?
And we were upstairs. We were upstairs asleep. I was the one. I was the one who heard it go off, and I was like, I got out of bed, and I was like, Tasha, do you not hear that? She said, yeah, and I was like, what's going on? And she said, well, I heard. You can tell them.
Well, I said that night I heard people coming up the stairs when it was like middle of the night. I heard people come up the stairs like, whoa, and go back down the stairs. It wasn't her mom. It was somebody else. So,
Yeah. So that's the thing. She heard somebody coming up the stairs and stuff, but I was like, I was sitting there, I was in bed, and I thought I heard somebody, come up the stairs as well, and it wasn't me. It was, I don't know how to explain this. So the old guy that was a picture that was hanging in the house the night before, I was making fun of the picture because he looked like Scrooge.
You look like the peanut guy.
He looked like Scrooge.
You look like the peanut guy.
Like really frail and thin and everything. And I don't know if it was his hat on. Well,
his hat and cane.
Yeah, his hat and cane, and I took a picture of it.
You like the peanut guy.
Yeah. Anyways, I had my mom take a picture of it, and I believe that's one of the main reasons why that incident happened. Now, I know you guys are skeptic. There's a lot of skeptics out there. No, nobody's going to believe this. But that's why I believe that this has happened. That's why the alarm went off, and he woke us up in the middle of the night, and he was like, don't ever do that again. Now, there's a cemetery. There's a little cemetery out behind the house.
Well, somebody owns it now.
Yeah, but now somebody owns the place. It was a bed and breakfast, and my brother and his wife, they had it, and they were working there for a while, and then that's how we got lucky to, stay there. So, anyways, yeah. So that's what happened. That's another thing that happened down here in Carlisle. We got lucky one weekend, and we were trying to get our friend Scott to go with us, and he wouldn't at the time. He's a chicken, and he snores and stuff, and
oh my god.
Oh gosh, we have a lot of stories that we would like to share about him, but I'm sure he would kill us.
He would kill us, and we're not actually talking to him right now, dude.
Well, we are talking to him, but he's moved to Richmond, and kind of living his own life. So we see him here and there.
Every once in a while,
yeah. So, yeah. So that's a story that we share about, was happened down here in Carlisle. We only had like a couple incidents happen, and of course, my mom blamed us on the alarm. She thought it was us, and we were. I will still say that was in the middle of the night. We were upstairs. How could we have rushed all the way downstairs and tripped the alarm?
That's why I said she would hurt us. She would hurt us go down the stairs.
She tried to blame it on us, and I was like, no, it wasn't me.
She would hurt us creaking down the stairs.
Yeah, exactly. So,
how could it be us if we were upstairs sleeping?
Just a bit of advice: don't ever piss the dead off, because if you do, then you know what's gonna happen. Payback. So, that's just my perspective on things. And like I said, I know that there's a lot of perspectives that skeptics and out there who don't believe in this stuff, but apparently me and Tasha do. So that's one thing you're going to learn from my videos, is we do like paranormal stuff. And keep in mind, when we go places, we go to graveyards, that's what we do. We like to look at gravestones, we like to look at historical things, and plus we read backgrounds on things, events that have happened. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to get off here because we are on our way back to Lexington. And I need to focus on the road. Tasha's holding the camera, so I'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Apparently, Tasha's laughing her ass off because she smacked my head. We're here at Dairy Queen, guys. We're going to eat late lunch today. And say hi to a local friend if he's working today or not, and embarrass him, right?
Yeah,